The prices in dollars for 30 GPS navigators are shown in the frequency distribution. Approximate the mean of the frequency distribution. So we're being asked to find the mean for data that has already been grouped into classes. The formula we want to follow is x bar equals the sum of x times f over n. The x in the formula stands for the class midpoint. So what we want to do first is find the midpoint of each class. You can do that by adding the lower and upper limits of the class and then dividing by 2. For instance, the midpoint of that first class is 84.5. And if I add 105 plus 144, the limits for the next class, and divide by 2, I get 124.5. So we're continuing to do that same thing for the rest of the classes. The midpoints would be 164.5, 204.5, 244.5, 284.5, and 324.5. The formula then says that these midpoints need to be multiplied by the frequencies. So the frequency like 6 times the midpoint like 84.5 gives 507. In other words, we just want to multiply each pair of numbers and get the result. So 9 times that 124.5 gives me 1,120.5. So we keep multiplying all the way down. And the next results, we should get 987, 818, 489, 284.5, and lastly 649. So we found the midpoints, we multiplied by the frequency. Now it's time to add up all those results. So 507 plus all the way down. And that comes to 4,855. Now that sum, the top of our formula, needs to be divided by n, which is the number of data values. This problem comes out and tells us that there are 30. If we didn't know, we could add up the frequencies. In other words, these frequencies also should add up to 30. And they do. So the mean for this grouped frequency distribution, we'll find if we divide the 4,855 by the 30. And we'll watch on my stat lab, they'll give us some instructions about how to round. This one could say something like round to 1 decimal place as needed. So we'll want to look at that second decimal place and use that to help us decide. Like this one here is 161.83333 repeating. If I want to round it to 1 decimal place, I need to look at the next digit, and that helps me know to round this to 161.8. So by using the class midpoints, we're able to approximate the mean for this grouped frequency distribution.